Hi, everybody. Welcome to Phil and Dave's Excellent Adventure. Phil, can you tell them what movie we're reviewing today?
Yeah, we saw the new Ghostbusters.
Yeah, Ghostbusters Afterlife. This is going to be a spoiler review, so if you haven't seen the movie yet and you are worried about spoilers, I would suggest you go and watch the movie before you watch this review. Phil, can you tell them a little bit about the movie, what it was about?
Yeah, so there's these kids who are like ghost hunters who are trying to. Sorry, I got a little lost there. So
That's okay. So our main character is a girl named Phoebe, right?
yes,
Yeah. And Phoebe, we find out, is Egon's granddaughter. Egon from the first two Ghostbusters movie, played by Harold Ramis. She's his granddaughter. So yeah, they go to this farmhouse in, where is it, Oklahoma, I think?
yeah.
And they find out that, yeah, their grandpa was this famous Ghostbuster and that there's some ghosts. So can you tell us a little bit about what you liked about the movie?
I thought all of it was really good. There were some parts that were like interesting, and some were like amazing.
Yeah.
The one that I was wondering was when the lady turned into Zool.
Yeah.
That was a little like how the kids were going to react to that. The kids did not know that she changed into a dog.
Oh, yeah. They didn't realize that was their mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there was a gatekeeper, and I forget what the other one was, the ringmaster.
Yeah, the gatekeeper and the keymaster.
Keymaster.
Yeah.
And I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to find a way to like actually to remember stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So, but it was good. I mean, I enjoyed it. I know you enjoyed it. Would I see that movie again? Yes. I mean, it was amazing. That's how I like. There was one favorite part that when Bill Murray was there.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah. Yeah. That was...
I think with Dean Aykroyd, and there was one more.
Yeah, Ernie Hudson.
That's the one I was trying to figure out what his name was.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool. And then when that young man tried to help the kid to defeat the evil demonic person.
Yeah.
I think you know. I forgot what his name. I forgot what his name was.
I think Gozer. Gozer was sort of a woman, the ghost at the end, I think.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
And that was cool. I mean, when they went into the when they went up to the mountain.
Yeah.
The really first part when it was the young boy and that lady, that was cool. But I heard one. I think I heard one gunshot.
Oh. Okay. I don't remember that, but maybe it's possible.
Or maybe, it might be just a car backfiring. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
okay.
I thought that. I mean, I don't even know what I'm saying right now. So.
All right.
But yeah.
Was there anything you didn't like about it? You said there's a couple things maybe you didn't understand.
That was slipping my mind, but actually, to be honest, Dave, no, not really.
Okay.
No, but I did like that movie a lot. I mean, it was really good.
Yeah, I remember you being a little confused about the guy in the mountain, and I forget his name, but he was the architect from the first movie who built Dana's building. And yeah, he was the guy who I guess was the cause of all this ghost activity. And you said you were confused as to him, waking back up?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess that was supposed to be like the ghosts did that, or somehow when the ghosts were trying to get free, that caused him to wake up for a couple of seconds.
Yes, you know what? And now you put me in the right place, because that's the part I was just about to say, like, the other young kid, I'm gonna forget what his name was. He said he's alive.
Yeah.
He said his head was moving, and he looked right at him. He looked right at him. And he said, "He's alive! He's alive!"
Yeah, that was good. That was good. That was a podcast, right?
That was one of the parts that I really didn't get.
Yeah.
I mean,
can you give us a score out of 10? What you thought of it?
actually, I was gonna say 9 out of 9.
9 out of 9. All right, pretty good. All right, well, I'm going to talk a little bit about what I liked about it, and if it makes you think of anything, you go ahead and I'll go back to you, okay?
Sure.
All right, so what I liked about it, I really liked the cast. I thought the girl Phoebe, Grace McKenna, I think is the actress's name, did a really good job. I know everyone's been saying that, and yeah, I agree with them. I really liked Podcast, her friend. I thought he was really funny.
That was the one. That's the name I was thinking of.
Yeah. Yep. I like Paul Rudd in this. I always like Paul Rudd. He's very likable. And I liked, I think Olivia Wilde was the one who played Zool or Gozer. I don't even remember now. At the end, though, and she does look a little bit like Sigourney Weaver, like a young Sigourney Weaver who sort of played her in the first movie. So that was cool. I like there was a lot of references and callbacks to the original movie, like the Twinkie and like the Crunch Bar. So that was funny. There's a ton of that stuff. I like the little mini Stay Puft Marshmallows. They were kind of like torturing each other and stuff in the store. I thought that was pretty cool. That was funny.
I was laughing my head off at that one.
Yeah. I liked how Egon was helping Phoebe throughout the thing. So like he was still there, even though Harold Ramis passed away a couple of years ago. His character Egon was still there, sort of helping his granddaughter as a ghost. And I actually thought that was really kind of neat and interesting. I like that. I love seeing the original Ghostbusters in there again. When they show up, you hear Bill Murray, and you turn and you see him and Dan Aykroyd and Ernie Hudson all standing there. I mean, that is great. And then they even figured out a way using, technology to make Harold Ramis appear with them. So you got all four of them, even though, Harold Ramis is CGI. I thought that was really cool, and that was great to see all four of them back together again like that.
I thought that was kind of cool. I mean, like, just the way that he comes back alive, and just the way that the lady hugged him.
Oh yeah, she got to hug her dad, which was great. Yeah, she had a nice little moment there.
I think she's a little upset that she wanted to see him again.
Yeah.
But when she hugged him, he disappeared.
Yes, yeah, right after she hugged him, yeah. But she got to hug him, so that was nice, and his grandkids got to meet him, so that was cool too. So then, I mean, I guess what I didn't like about it though, it's a quick little throwaway joke about like Radar's like, who do you think built the pyramids? And Phoebe says, well, slaves. Most historians know that slaves didn't build, or they think slaves didn't. It was actually laborers who were paid fairly for their skills. And I think Phoebe should know that. So that was just one little thing that I'm like, she's supposed to be a genius. She should be up on, the newest kind of historical thoughts. There was some product placement in there, like the Stay Puft Marshmallow scene was funny, but it was also like a big ad for Walmart and Baskin Robbins. So it was like, okay, but it's worth it. It was fine. I didn't love Muncher. I feel like Muncher was sort of their attempt to like do like Slimer, because Slimer was in like the first couple movies, or the first movie at least. Yeah. And I didn't like Muncher as much as I like Slimer, at least, I guess. In some ways, the movie is a little bit of a rehash of the first Ghostbusters. They've got the gatekeeper and the key master, and they've got Zool, and they've got Gozer and all of that. So it is very much sort of like that. I did like that they had the original Ghostbusters in there, but I wish they would have had more of them. We got that scene with Dan Aykroyd where she calls him from the jail, and that was really cool, and I was excited to see Dan Aykroyd. But then we really didn't get much of Bill Murray, other than sort of the post-credit scene, and same thing with Ernie Hudson.
I was thinking of that, but there was one thing I wanted to say. Who played Dozer?
At the end, there was an actress named Olivia Wilde.
Never heard of that person.
Yeah, you've probably maybe seen her before, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head that she was in that you might have known. I don't know. But yeah, she's an actress you've seen. She was on House and stuff like that, and she's been in some.
Okay.
So not enough of that, not enough Sigourney Weaver. We really only had one scene of Sigourney Weaver, and it was at the end, and it was a good scene. I really liked that scene, but I wish we would have saw a little bit more of her. And I also feel like maybe I really like seeing Harold Ramis. but I think maybe it was a little too much Harold Ramis. Like it could have just been a quick little thing and that would have been neat. But they had him kind of hang around for a minute and he doesn't say anything. He just kind of smiles and looks. And I mean, they know Harold Ramis better than I do. They were friends with him, but I could see how some people would think that seemed a little sort of in bad taste or exploitative. I didn't think that way, but I think maybe a little bit less would have gone a longer way, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
And then I guess I was really confused about the fact that Janine shows up from, the first couple movies, and she always kind of had a little crush on Egon. And so I thought, oh, well, is she supposed to then be Carrie Coon's mother? But then I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense because she would know who her mother is. But then they don't explain it. And then they kind of hint that maybe she is, or at least some people are saying she is. And so I don't get it. So who is her mom? Is it supposed to be Janine? If so, why doesn't she know who her mom is? Was she given up for a dog? I just have a lot of questions. So I thought it was interesting. I thought it was cool. It looks like they are going to make a sequel. At least they're planning that way. And the movie sounds like it's making a decent amount of money. So I'm hoping that's going to work out for them. I definitely want to see more. Go ahead.
I liked Phoebe, the one who was really smart.
Yes, yeah.
There was, I mean, when we were in the theater, there were some parts that you were pretty much laughing about.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was laughing at it a lot. The humor, the comedy was really funny in this to me, I thought.
And that's how I was feeling, because I was actually laughing with you, because I thought some of the things that Phoebe said were kind of funny.
Oh yeah. Phoebe was funny. Her little jokes, they were supposed to be like bad jokes, but some of them were actually pretty funny. So yeah, it looks like in this movie they talk about it's sort of a sequel to the first Ghostbusters, but they sort of ignore Ghostbusters 2. And I know some people don't like it. Some people think it's not as good. I really like Ghostbusters 2. I grew up watching it. In some ways, I almost kind of think I might like it better than the first. I don't think it's a better movie, but I watched it more, and so I really did like it more. And then let's talk about the post-credit scenes. So we had 2 post-credit scenes. We had the first one with, Dr. Venkman, played by Bill Murray, and Sigourney Weaver's Dana. And they're sort of doing a take or a redo of the first scene from the first movie, except in that movie, he's the one who's testing his patients and he's shocking the guy. And in this case, he's the one getting shocked. So I thought I always thought that scene was a little mean. Like it was funny, but it also made him seem kind of like a jerk, because he was like being mean to the guy, but like being nice to the girl and like trying to, hit on her. So that was a good scene. What'd you think of it? Did you like it?
I don't know why I'm laughing, but I thought some of that part was funny. Like this way you're attacking me. I'm sorry, but I thought that part was a little funny.
Yeah. No, it was very funny. It was good. And so are they supposed to go ahead, sorry?
But not too much, I meant.
Okay. Yeah, and then I guess, are they supposed to be together? Are they supposed to be married? They both have wedding rings on in that scene. So are they supposed to be married to each other? Is that their house? They don't explain that. So, but maybe if we get a sequel, we'll learn more. They'll have them in there more. I'm not sure. And then the final post-credit scene, we get Janine with Winston, with Ernie Hudson's character, and he's made a bunch of money. They don't exactly explain how. He has some business, but he made a bunch of money. And apparently he rebuys the old Ghostbusters fire station, which I've actually been to. It's a real fire station in New York, 8th Ladder. And I guess he's restarting the Ghostbusters. So again, it looks like they're planning on making more movies in this series. So if so, I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping they do. What do you think, Phil?
Actually, I totally agree. But there was one part of the movie that I really did like when they were in that jail cell.
Yeah. And
Phoebe said, I tied myself to a phone call.
Yeah.
A phone call. And she did. And she called this, I think maybe like this older gentleman.
Yeah, that was Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. But that was cool. She called Ghostbusters. Yeah, who are you going to call? Ghostbusters, right?
And there was one part that I didn't get, like when they took the all that stuff away from that kid, and Phoebe got upset.
Yeah.
That's the part that got me confused.
Yeah, she like turns on the pack and goes to aim the gun at him. That seems a little extreme there. And the cop was just kind of cool about it, just like, hey,
Yeah,
no.
yeah, and then the late, and then just the mom intervened and said, "Forgive me that."
Yeah, yeah. Well, it was
And
funny too, because then like she didn't get grounded. Like she did all this property damage and stole a car, and like then she's like out at a restaurant with her brother and friends. Like I don't know, but there's a couple little things like that. But that's always going to happen with movies. I'm not going to let that upset me. I will say overall, for my review, it wasn't perfect, but I really liked it. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I think this is the best movie we've seen so far, and so I'm really looking forward to it. I think if you like Ghostbusters, you'll probably really like this movie. We haven't decided what we're going to do next week yet, right, Phil? We were talking about we've got a couple choices: either Gucci or Encanto or Resident Evil. So I'll leave that up to you. We'll figure it out. Anything else you want to say?
actually, no. My name is Philip,
My name is Dave.
and I just re-ended it.
That's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good night. We'll see you here again next week.
Actually, can I say one more thing?
Sure, go ahead.
Just before out, actually, the movie that I was thinking maybe was maybe the House of Gucci.
Okay, so House of Gucci next week?
Yeah, let's do the House of Gucci, and then we can do the Resident Evil one that you want to see.
Yeah, maybe. We'll have to see what's coming out in 2 weeks. I'm not sure offhand. But okay, so House of Gucci next week, you think?
Sure.
All right, we'll see you guys next week.